win this game and we got a fucking good run. Let's fucking move forward. Hey, at the moment they have a little bit of hope. They had a little bit of hope to qualify. We killed that minute one. We pressed. We aggressive. Fucking chances, goals, and we fucking killed them, man. We fucking qualified today. That's it. Yeah. We fucking qualified.
Harry Edward Kane was born on July 28, 1993, in the United Kingdom. From a young age, he was fortunate enough to live a privileged life. Yes, his parents spoiled him and gave him everything he wanted. But in truth, all Harry ever really wanted was to play football. That's where he began to develop his natural gift for the game. But football wasn't his only passion. He also loved to eat. Yes, eat everything. At his academy, he quickly became known as the chubby kid with talent. His parents supported him fully, providing everything he needed to grow. And when they realized young Harry was serious about football, they went above and beyond. They even sought out none other than David Beckham himself to become Harry's mentor. Although Harry struggled with controlling his sweet tooth and appetite, Beckham still saw something special in him and agreed to help guide his development. At the academy, because no one could deny it, Harry Kane was different. He had all the qualities of a future star in English football. Even with his weight working against him, his shots on goal were powerful and accurate, his passes were precise, and his game sense was beyond his years. But when it came to running, he would tire easily. As time went on, Beckham's academy arranged for him to join Arsenal's youth team. But the club lacked the patience to develop him properly. Again, his stamina became an issue. His parents realized it was time to make a change. They stopped spoiling him and instead put him on a strict diet. Along with 2 years of intense training, Harry transformed. Now a slimmer and fitter teenager, Harry finally began to catch the attention of serious scouts. At age 16, he impressed the Tottenham Hotspur talent spotters and was welcomed into their academy. His level of play had improved significantly. His technique was sharper, and now, with better fitness, he could finally bring his vision and talent to life on the pitch. He was no longer just another youth player. He had become one of the club's brightest prospects. In his first season with the youth squad, he scored 18 goals in just 21 matches. That breakout performance earned him his very first professional contract. But Tottenham didn't hand him a spot in the first team. They knew he needed experience, so they sent him out on loan. The message was clear: either adapt and come back stronger, or fade away trying. Harry Kane spent the next few years proving himself. He sharpened his skills on loan spells with Leyton Orient FC, Millwall FC, Norwich City, and finally, Leicester City in 2013 to by 2014. Tottenham recognized that the once chubby boy had become a true warrior, a focused, powerful goal scorer. They decided not to loan him out anymore. He had earned his place in the senior squad. Even though Kane came from privilege, nothing on the pitch was ever handed to him. He earned his role through hard work, sacrifice, and goals. After finally joining Tottenham's first team, Harry Kane made an immediate statement, scoring in 3 consecutive Premier League matches. That's when the era of the goal lion truly began. His arrival sparked an internal revolution at a club ready to rise, and they leaned on his goals like never before. By the 2015 season, Kane had become Tottenham's top scorer and was named Premier League Player of the Season 2 years in a row. He netted 31 goals that year, including his first 2 hat-tricks. But just like that, the season ended, and there was no trophy. It was the beginning of his long string of frustrations. Kane often asked himself, what's the point of being the best in the entire league if I can't lift a single title? In the 2016 season, he kept up the momentum, winning the Premier League Golden Boot with 28 goals. Still, the year closed without any silverware. Then came the 2016 to 2017 season. Kane's brilliance led Tottenham to finish second in the league. He also became just the 4th player in Premier League history to score 20 or more goals in 3 consecutive seasons. He won his second Golden Boot, but you already know how this story ends. Still no title. Not even one of the many local cups. Up for grabs in England. It felt cruel. After spending 4 years being loaned out to earn his place at Tottenham, and now delivering goal after goal, the club still failed to protect his legacy. The defense was mediocre, and the results didn't match his performances. By 2018, the world had started to take notice. The biggest clubs, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Bayern Munich, were knocking on the door. But Harry Kane stayed loyal. Tottenham didn't want to sell him either. That year, he scored another 30 goals in the league, once again finishing among the top scorers. Only Mohamed Salah outpaced him by just 2 goals. Kane had officially reached his prime. And what better way to prove it than by shining for his country? That summer, Kane arrived at the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia with the weight of a nation on his back. England was finally dreaming again. Not since the golden days of Beckham, Gerrard, Lampard, and Rooney had fans felt such real hope. Now, it was the Kane generation, joined by Trent Alexander-Arnold, Marcus Rashford, and yes, the walking meme himself, Harry Maguire. England had a squad capable of going all the way, and Kane started strong. In his first match against Tunisia, he scored both goals in a 2-1 win, announcing his arrival with a brace. In the next game, he bagged a stunning hat-trick against Panama, earning England an early ticket to the knockout rounds. That's 5 goals in just 2 games. In the round of 16, he added a 6th goal, this time from the penalty spot against Colombia. He also converted the first penalty in the shootout, helping England advance to the quarterfinals. Kane continued to lead the team with passion and fight, guiding them all the way to the semifinals. But in the semis, England met a relentless Croatian side led by Luka Modric. After a hard-fought battle, England fell in extra time, losing 2-1. The dream was over. Still, Kane had left his mark. He was crowned the top scorer of the entire World Cup and took home the Golden Boot. But deep down, the same empty feeling remained. Once again, he had proven himself to be the best, yet had no title to show for it. This time, the tears came. At the World Cup, Kane returned to Tottenham a national hero, applauded by his teammates, admired by fans. But for him, the feeling was bittersweet. He had hit his peak, done everything a striker was supposed to do, scored every goal that had to be scored. But once again, it wasn't enough to lift a trophy. The cruel reality set in. Goals alone can't guarantee glory. And after that World Cup, things only got worse. In 2019, injuries began to haunt him. He missed crucial matches in the Champions League, games that defined destinies. And yet, somehow, miraculously, Tottenham reached the final for the first time in their history. The impossible was now within reach. Kane pushed through the pain, fought to return. But the team's inner circle admitted it. He wasn't at 100%, not even close. And in that final, against an unstoppable Liverpool led by Mohamed Salah, the dream crumbled. Kane couldn't perform as he should have. Tottenham fell at the final hurdle again. It was always the same story, so close to glory, only to fall at the edge. In the following season, Kane roared back. He won yet another Golden Boot, this time with 33 goals and 17 assists, a season of complete dominance. But Tottenham, a miserable 7th-place finish. Kane was dragging the entire club on his back, and it still wasn't enough. The tears didn't stop. Then came the Euros. England in 2021 arrived as clear favorites, and the final would be at home, at Wembley. It was meant to be their moment. In the round of 16, Kane scored against Germany, sealing a 2-0 victory. In the quarterfinals, he netted twice against Ukraine. Then in the semifinals, he scored the winning goal in extra time. England were in the final. Harry Kane was in another final, this time against Italy. England struck first, just 2 minutes in. Wembley roared. It felt written in the stars. But Italy clawed back and equalized in the 69th minute. Time slipped away. Then came the dreaded penalty shootout. Kane converted his shot, like always. But Sancho and Rashford missed. Gianluigi Donnarumma, like a giant under the posts, became Italy's hero. England lost the Euro final at home. Kane had scored 4 goals in the tournament, just one short of Cristiano Ronaldo. He had once again done his part. But mentally, he was wrecked, losing a Champions League final, losing a Euro final, always performing, always leaving empty-handed. Later, he admitted, it was a very hard defeat. Losing a Euro final at Wembley, that's going to haunt me for the rest of my career. I won't be able to recover from these kinds of things unless I finally win something. His words echoed with pain. And then, just 2 weeks later, Kane had to return to the same old team. A team that didn't protect his legacy. Tottenham. a place where his goals meant nothing in the end. And this time, something in him broke. Harry Kane decided to do what Mbappé still fears today: go public. He voiced his desire to leave the club. He even skipped training. A quiet rebellion began. Tottenham refused to let go. Even Pep Guardiola confessed that Manchester City had tried to sign Kane in 2022, but Spurs blocked every offer. Year after year, Kane asked to leave. Year after year, the door stayed shut, until finally, in 2023, Bayern Munich came to the rescue. They paid the release clause, Euro 95 million, for the English striker. After nearly 15 years of struggle, Harry Kane broke free from his prison. We all believed it was finally time, that he would break the curse, that he would debut for Bayern in a final, the German Super Cup, his first match, and his first chance at silverware. But fate had one last cruel twist. Bayern were demolished 3-0 by RB Leipzig. Just like that. In a final Kane should have won on his debut night. Once again, someone else lifted the trophy. This was just the omen for the inexplicably hellish 2024 that this star would have, and I say inexplicable since Harry Kane always delivers as a scorer. He does the most difficult. He scored 44 goals in 42 games with Bayern. The guy had a perfect streak. But it is here when the myth or the jinx of the curse has come to light. Because just when Harry Kane arrives in Germany, now it turns out that Bayer Leverkusen, with Xabi Alonso, decides to play as if God from the heavens had formed his own team through them. They won the German Bundesliga undefeated and broke the streak of 11 consecutive years that Bayern had with this title. And who was in the middle of all this hurricane? Because Harry Kane's arrival at Bayern collapsed the club's hegemony, and it was his fault since, as I said, he always scored. Then what the hell was happening? And to make it even funnier, the Englishman always posed at the end with his blessed golden boot. He always finished as the top scorer. But what things, for God's sake? However, Harry Kane, throughout his career, has known how to gain resilience. In continuing to try no matter how many times you fall. After his failed debut with Bayern, he did not get discouraged. He prepared with the same spirit for the 2025 season, the year of redemption, the year that would finally break his history. Listen carefully, 458 goals had to pass so that Harry Kane could finally shout, I am champion in this current Bundesliga. He has played 30 games so far, scoring 36 goals in them. His leadership and goal were decisive. The glorious night was going to be last May 3rd. Bayern were winning 3-2 against Leeds. Mathematically, they were champions, and they won. Look, Harry Kane appeared on the bench and prepared to invade the field with the cry of glory, but right at the last minute, Lipsy Pen agreed to the night, spoiling once again the expected moment. Between memes and laughter, Harry's Bayern had to wait 2 days more, this until Xabi Alonso's Leverkusen drew against Freiburg last Monday. This draw with which Bayern mathematically became champions. Harry Kane and his teammates were in a private room watching the game, and at the end, all eyes turned to see Harry Kane. The Englishman was singing We Are the Champions by the legendary band Queen.
We are the champions, my friends, and we'll keep on fighting to the end, 'cause we are the champions, we are the champions.
This is how his long-suffering drought came to an end after 15 years of dragging regrets. After more than 400 goals, the English legend was finally crowned champion, and what better way to take things with willpower and even a bit of humor? Ricky didn't stop trying until he achieved it. He is now 31 years old. Let's hope that in this last stretch of his career the titles multiply. He deserves it. This has been the story of Harry's curse being broken.